Have you ever looked at a couple and thought they're perfect for each other, only to hear they've broken up a few months later? It's a story we've all heard, and maybe some of us have even lived it. Love, as beautiful as it is, can be incredibly fragile. We're often sold a fairy tale, but reality is far more complex. So what happens? What are those invisible cracks that grow over time and eventually shatter a relationship? Today, we're going to talk about the real, raw, and often unspoken reasons why love falls apart. This isn't about blaming anyone. It's about understanding so we can build stronger, more resilient connections. Let's dive into the first major reason, the breakdown of communication. And I don't just mean arguing. I'm talking about the silence that creeps in. It starts small. You stop sharing the little details of your day. You assume your partner knows how you feel, so you don't bother saying it. You avoid difficult conversations because you're tired or you don't want to start a fight. Think about it. Maybe you had a tough day at work, and instead of talking it through, you just say, "I'm fine," and retreat into your phone. Your partner feels shut out, but they don't know why. This creates emotional distance. It's like you're living in the same house, but on different islands. The impact is huge. Without open communication, resentment builds, misunderstandings fester, and intimacy fades. The solution: schedule time to talk without distractions. Practice active listening. Let what reading for your partner is saying, not just waiting for your turn to speak. Ask open-ended questions like, "How did that make you feel?" instead of questions that get a simple yes or no. It feels awkward at first, but it's the lifeblood of a healthy relationship. The second reason love erodes is the loss of individual identity. When we fall in love, it's easy to merge our lives completely. We adopt their hobbies, hang out with their friends, and suddenly, I becomes we in every sentence. While that's sweet in the beginning, it can become a problem. If you give up everything that makes you you your passions, your personal goals, your alone time, you start to lose your sense of self. I knew a woman who loved painting, but she stopped because her partner was more into sports. Years later, she felt empty and even started to resent him. Not because he forced her to stop, but because she had lost a part of herself for the relationship. When you lose yourself, you have less to bring to the partnership. You become dependent, and the dynamic becomes unbalanced. To prevent this, it's crucial to maintain your own life outside the relationship. Encourage each other to have separate hobbies and friendships. The time you spend apart makes the time you spend together more meaningful. A strong relationship is built by two whole individuals, not two halves trying to make a whole. This brings us to our third point: unresolved conflicts and resentment. No couple is immune to arguments. The difference between a relationship that lasts and one that doesn't is how they handle those conflicts. Do you fight to win, or do you fight to understand? They turn into resentment, which is like a slow-acting poison. Every time you bring up a past mistake in a new argument, you always do this. You're feeding that poison. For example, let's say one partner overspent on something without consulting the other. Instead of having a calm conversation about finances and boundaries, it becomes a screaming match. The issue is never truly resolved. Months later, during an argument about something totally unrelated, one might say, "Well, at least I don't waste our money." See how that works? The old wound is reopened. The key is to address conflicts as they arise with respect. Use I statements like "I feel hurt when this happens," instead of "you always make me feel ... Focus on the problem, not the person. And most importantly, learn to forgive for real. Forgiveness isn't saying what they did was okay. It's choosing to let go of the anger so you can both move forward. Number 4 is a big one in our busy world: neglecting emotional and physical intimacy. Intimacy isn't just about the bedroom. It's the glue that holds a relationship together. It's the inside jokes, the knowing glances, the hand-holding, the deep conversations late at night. Over time, life gets in the way. Work, kids, stress, they all demand our energy. Soon, you're more like roommates than partners. You might kiss each other goodbye in the morning, but it's mechanical, a habit. Physical touch becomes rare, and deep emotional connection feels like a distant memory. A couple I once knew admitted they hadn't had a real, meaningful conversation in months. They coexisted, managing the household, but the spark was gone. They felt lonely, even when they were together. The impact is devastating because it starves the relationship of its core need for connection. You have to be intentional about nurturing intimacy. Schedule date nights, even if it's just a movie at home with phones turned off. Make a point to hug, kiss, and touch throughout the day. Ask questions that go deeper than "How was your day?" Try, "What was the best part of your day?" Or, "What's something you're worried about right now?" These small acts reignite the flame. Finally, the 5th reason love falls apart is having misaligned core values and life goals. When you're first dating, you're focused on chemistry and fun. You might not have serious discussions about the future. But as the relationship progresses, these things become critical. Core values are your fundamental beliefs, what you consider important in life. This could be about family, career, finances, or how you want to live your life. Imagine one person dreams of traveling the world and living a minimalist lifestyle, while the other wants to settle down, buy a house, and have 3 kids in their hometown. For a while, they can ignore this difference, but eventually, it will lead to a major crossroads where one person has to sacrifice their dream for the other's. This often leads to profound unhappiness and a sense that you're with the wrong person. It's not that one person's dream is better than the other's. They're just incompatible. To avoid this heartbreak, you have to have those tough, honest conversations early on. Talk about your non-negotiables. What does your ideal future look like in 5 or 10 years? It's better to know if you're on different paths sooner rather than later. A shared vision for the future is a powerful anchor for a relationship. So there they are, the 5 biggest reasons love falls apart. A breakdown in communication. Losing your individual identity, unresolved resentment, neglecting intimacy, and misaligned values. Looking at this list, you can see how interconnected they all are. One often leads to another, creating a downward spiral. But the good news is that by understanding them, we gain the power to change them. Relationships take work, conscious effort, and a willingness to be vulnerable. Take a moment to reflect on your own relationships, past or present. Do any of these points resonate with you? Recognizing a pattern is the first step toward healing and building something stronger. It's not about finding the perfect person who never presents any challenges. It's about finding someone you're willing to navigate the challenges with. Thank you so much for watching. If this video gave you some food for thought, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. And I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. What do you think is the biggest challenge in modern relationships? And don't forget to subscribe for more content on building happier, healthier connections. See you in the next one.